Hi, good morning, good afternoon. This is Scott Fortunoff, president of the Blank Quilting Corp. I'm here today to show you the October 2015 lines that we'll be showing first at the quilt market, but our reps will have them a little bit earlier in the first week of October. We have 17 lines to show, and we're really excited about all the new lines that we have. We're going to have Christmas and Halloween and Harvest, and believe it or not, we're not even at that holiday this year, but we're getting ready to go forward and show you the lines for next year as we always do. Before I do that, I wanted to mention that on the back of our projects now on our that we'll have on our website, we have ranked the projects by beginner, advanced beginner, and intermediate, so you could get an idea of if you can do the project based on the difficulty. So that's one thing. And then I also wanted to let all of our reps know that we're going to be having fabric cards sent to them on the Galaxy line, the Avery line, and the Eclipse Solids. And the Eclipse Solids will be introducing 5 new colors when you get that card. So let me start. Here's the first Christmas line, A Christmas to Remember by Gina Lynn. And Gina Lynn has done several lines with us before. This line is 15 SKUs, and it ships in May. And right here we have a great Christmas stocking with Santa on one side and a snowman on the other side. And all the instructions are printed right on there. You could see it on the card. It's reduced by 62%. And then we have this little stripe, which is an 8-inch repeat. And we have a little snowman print on brown and beige. And then little tree houses, and then some scenics. And then we have this panel here, which is the blocks are 15 by 15. And then we have a little snowflake in red, green, and black, little pine trees, and another scenic. So let's see the projects on this line. First, we have A Christmas to Remember, quilt number 1. This is designed by Heidi Pridemore. So the second project that we have in this line, it's A Christmas to Remember tree skirt, which is really neat. And it only requires 4 different fabrics, so it doesn't require that much to actually make it. So there you have it. This is A Christmas to Remember by Gina Lynn, and it ships in May. Next up, this is my favorite, but no one really cares about what my favorite is, but it's called All Hallows Eve, and it's by M Studio. This one ships in April. So all the Christmas lines ship in May. All the Halloween and Harvest lines ship in April. So this is a more realistic Halloween line, and it's also very scary. We typically haven't done scary in the past, but we thought we'd try it out this year. And here we have a running yardage, which has all different kind of scary creatures. And then we have an all over in this dusty beige and this really kind of neat orange shade. And then we have little words and the bats, which are really creepy, and some different potions. And we have the skeletons, and then we have more all over prints with some of these scary characters and some words. Words continue to sell very well. So this is 12 SKUs, this line. And it ships in April, as I said. Here we go. We have the quilt number 1, All Hallows Eve quilt number 1. This is designed by Heidi Pridemore, and the size is 67 by 76. And then the second one, we have All Hallows Eve quilt number 2, designed by Heidi Pridemore also. This is 62 by 62. So there you have it, All Hallows Eve by M Studio. Next up, we have A Vintage Autumn by Karen Johnston, and it does have 2 A's in her name, which is kind of neat. And to go with this line, we have a vintage black line. This is also by Karen. And this is used in several of the projects, as you can see when I get in and open the card. So here we go. We have 5 prints in 5 different color stories. We have this kind of burgundy with a beige and this shade, this kind of dusty shade of blue-gray. And really simple line, 15 SKUs. This is Harvest line, so it ships in April. A lot of different words again, you know, pumpkins and all kinds of harvest motifs. So let's see the project. So here we have A Vintage Autumn quilt number 1. This is designed by Karen Johnston herself. Really nice. And here we go, the project number 2, A Vintage Autumn quilt number 2 by Heidi Pridemore. This one is 52 by 52. So this is A Vintage Autumn by Karen Johnston. And then we have Vintage Blacks by Karen Johnston also. There's 12 SKUs here. These ship in April. Next up, we have a little basic. This is by Tana Mueller of Western Denim and Dirt. And we did a Barb Wire. The Barb Wire has been selling really well. This could be used with your Western quilts or used in a variety of different ways. It's almost probably just a great basic as well. This is 9 SKUs, and this one ships in April as well. And we have the white on white down here, which is neat. You can't really see it that well on the video. So this is Barb Wire by Western Denim and Dirt. Next up, we have a new 108 line. This is cotton sheeting, and this one is called Charisse. And Charisse is 8 SKUs, and this ships in June. As you know, all of our 108 wides are 18-yard put-ups, and we moved to the better construction of fabric as 60 squares. So you have 8 colors, and this ships in June. New 108 Charisse. Next up, another Christmas line. So this one ships in May. This one's called Christmas Wishes. This is by Janelle Kent. Janelle Kent did the Honeyberries line, and she's a new designer for us from Australia. So here we go. So what's neat about this, it has this chalk look, which has been very popular lately. So here we have these large blocks are 12 by 12, and this is not a panel, this is just running yardage. And below we have this paisley, which is really great. We have it in 2 monotones, and then we have one with color. And then we have this little texture in the green and the red, and then we have the little ornaments in 3 different colors, the words, and then we have these little kind of label prints, and then the holly. So let's see what projects they came up with. We have the Christmas Wishes quilt, and this is by Janelle Kent herself. This is 64 by 72. And next we have these really neat pillows. And here we have this one says Christmas Wishes, Merry Christmas, and Kiss Me Under the Mistletoe. So the Christmas Wishes pillows, these were designed by Janelle herself. These are all different sizes, so you have to see on the website when we post the projects. So the next line we have is Crystalline. Crystalline is an existing line that we have. There are 14 SKUs in total, but we're adding 6 new colors. We have this glass color, which is like a shade of blue-green. We have purple, we have red, blue, green, and black. The thought here was that we'd add some holiday colors that could be used on holiday quilts, and this line has gained a lot of popularity. It's very different, it's neat. The line that Mark had done before this was called Rock Candy, and that also did very well. So this is Crystalline. We have the 6 new colors, and these are going to ship in January. Next up, we have Day of the Dragonfly, and this is by Christine Amdale. And the gist behind this is it's the Day of the Dead, and they're doing a lot of these sugar skulls. This has been very popular lately. Christine Amdale is a new designer for us, and here you go. You have 12 SKUs. This ships in July. And what we did here, which is kind of neat and different, is on one of the prints we did black and white so you could color this in. There's been a lot of popularity and talk lately about adult coloring and fabric coloring, and you could use markers, but this has been very popular. So let's see the projects. So we have the Day of the Dragonfly. This is designed by Heidi Pridemore. This is 48 by 64, and you have the 2 color stories that you could make this quilt in. And then next, we have the Day of the Dragonfly quilt number 2. This is also designed by Heidi, and it's 48 by 60. And once again, we did it in a couple colorways so you could have your choice of how you want to present that. So this is Day of the Dragonfly by a new designer, Christine Amdale. Next up, Down on the Farm. Here you have it. This is a house line that we did, and it's a small line. It's only 10 SKUs. This ships in April. And here we have a tractor print on the little fence and the cows. We have this lovely running yardage. These are 9 by 9 blocks. And then we have this wood. We have the fencing, the wheat, and then the black coloration with the fence and the tractors, and then some roosters. So a nice small line. You could get the full collection in 12-yard cuts. And here you have it. Down on the Farm, quilt number 1, designed by Heidi Pridemore. And this is 47 by 59. We have a table runner and placemats. And this is designed by Heidi Pridemore also. And there you have it. Down on the Farm. Next up, this is a very simple collection, but very nice and elegant. It's called the Gotham collection. So you have these simple prints right in the middle. There are 18 different colors, a little black and gray and beige. And you have 2 great projects right here. The Gotham quilt number 1. This is designed by Heidi Pridemore. And you have the Gotham quilt number 2, designed by Heidi as well. This one is 61 by 67, really neat. Anyway, that is the Gotham collection. Next up, another Christmas. We are on H, Home for the Holidays. This is by Danielle Murray. Danielle Murray is a new designer with us. We're very excited to have her and debut her first line. 15 SKUs, ships in May as well. And here we have a 24-inch repeat. This is just running yardage. These blocks are 10 by 10. And then we have on the gray, and then on the kind of spearmint green, these little little birdhouses and wreaths. And then we have the big panel. This is a 24-inch panel, and it has a Christmas tree. And then we have the snowflake, a very subtle on gray and the light green. And then we have the other coloration of this pattern with the chickadees and pine leaves. And then we have the pine cone print. So 15 SKUs. Here's project number 1, Home for the Holidays quilt number 1. This is designed by Heidi Pridemore, 59 by 79. For this one, we did the Home for the Holidays table runner and then the placemats. There you have it, Home for the Holidays by Danielle Murray. All right, next up, Mark Kordazinski, who did the Crystalline line that I showed you the 6 new colors earlier. He's got a new line called Poseidons Playground. This is a really fun line. 9 SKUs, ships in April. And we did a book here. What's great about this book is parts of it you could color in, or the kids could color in, and the other parts have color. So it's a little twist on the coloring book, which has been very popular, I discussed earlier. And this is a panel. This is a 36-inch panel, so 1 yard. So now we have our little mermaid girls, and we have our little bubbles in the 2 blue colors, and then we have the fish, and then we have all these little adorable characters, turtles, crabs, little underwater dragon, and then we have the stripe, and of course we have the starlet, which goes, it's a basic that we have, and it goes perfectly with this line. So let's see the projects. Project number 1. We have the Poseidons Playground quilt number 1. This is designed by Heidi Pridemore, and this is the boy version, and it also comes with a project to make a little beach bag. And then the girl version, same sort of project, but with all the girl prints, and then the bag as well. So this is Poseidons Playground. This is by Mark Kordazinski. Next up, Christine Adolph is back with her second line. This line is called Simple Pleasures. What this line is, it has a lot of inspirational words and things like that for someone who's sick or someone who lost a loved one. And this is 15 SKUs. This ships in July. And we have these sayings. So this says like, love is patient, love is kind, it always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres, love never fails. Very insightful. And then we have some more little labels of words: celebrate, laughter, patience, some more colors of the butterfly, a little basic monotone floral, and another floral print with this adorable little ladybug, some vines to tie everything together, more of the words. And then we have, of course, more label prints. Label prints have become very popular. We've started to do this more and more in Blank and in our other company, Studio E. So let's see what the projects are. Simple Pleasures Quilt 1, designed by Heidi Pridemore. This is 50 by 62, and we have it in the 2 color combinations, which is great. And then we have Simple Pleasures Quilt number 2, designed by Heidi Pridemore also. This is 60 by 78, and it comes in the 2 color stories. So there you have it. This is Simple Pleasures by Christine Adolph. All right, next up we have Spirit of the Buffalo. This is by Tana Mueller of Western Denim and Dirt, and this is her second line for this drop. The other one was the Barb Wire, which is a basic line. So this is a 16-piece line, and it ships in July. So we have feathers. Feathers have been really popular lately. We have this panel, 24-inch panel, and when you get the real card, you'll have the different sizes of the squares. And then we have pattern 8115, which is these Cucina dolls, which I learned something new. And then we have 8116, which are Coco Pellies, something else that I learned. And then we have 8117, which is the geckos, and more of the same on the next page in the other colors. But let me just point out pattern 7101. This is a great basic blender, and the colors are spot on. So this goes perfectly with the line. So here we go. Let's see the project. Spirit of the Buffalo, quilt number 1, designed by Heidi Pridemore, 70 by 90. This one uses the panel right in the center. Next up, we have a piece quilt. This is called Spirit of the Buffalo, quilt number 2, designed by Heidi as well, 61 by 74. There you have it, Spirit of the Buffalo by Western Denim and Dirt. Next up, we have our second Halloween line. This is called the Boo Crew. And what's great about this is that it has some glow in the dark, which is something the old Blank did, and now we're going to bring back. So this is 12 SKUs, and like all the other Halloween lines, this ships in April. So here we go. A G in the pattern signifies that it has glow in the dark, and the pricing on this is going to be a little bit higher for the glow in the dark. So we have the skeletons in glow in the dark, the skulls, the words in the skeletons, and the pumpkins. And then we have more skeletons, and the ones on white and the ones on orange, we do not have glow in the dark. So all the glow in the dark have the G, And here you have it. Let's see the projects. Boo Crew quilt number 1, designed by Heidi Pridemore, 43 by 59, with the skeleton right in the middle with the glow in the dark, which will be really neat when it's glowing. Probably be very scary too. Boo Crew quilt number 2, designed by Heidi. This is 55 1/4 by 69 1/2, and this is a piece quilt. So there you have it. This is the Boo Crew with glow in the dark. This ships in April. And last but not least, you remember we had Woodland Christmas last year by Gina Lynn. This is a Gina Lynn second line in this drop. But Gina Lynn did this line in cotton last year, and we decided since it did so well that we put it on flannel. But what we did was we cut the line down a little. So we took only the best of the best patterns. This is going to be 12 SKUs. This is going to ship in May. So we have the 24-inch panel. We have the Snowman Scenic on red and blue. We have the birch tree, which is really nice and great basic, and I'm sure it will look lovely on the 2-ply flannel. And then we have the holly, a little stripe, the pine cones on the red and green, snowflakes on the red and blue, and then the little owl in the tree with the snowflakes on the red and the blue. So the projects are similar to how they were last year, but we had to change them up a little because some of the prints in the line changed because we deleted some. So here you have it, Woodland Noel quilt number 1, designed by Heidi Pridemore, 41 by 59. And then the other one is Woodland Noel quilt number 2, designed by Heidi also. This one is 60 by 70. This is a piece quilt. So there you have it. This is Woodland Noel 2-ply flannel by Gina Lynn. So that's the 17 lines that we have for you today. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at the quilt market. If you have any questions, please contact me. Please email me if you would like to make an appointment for the quilt market. I'd love to show you the lines personally, or Cliff, our sales manager, could show you. And otherwise, follow us on social media, check out our website, and that's it. Thanks for your time. Take care. Bye.